Hi there, welcome to you. Breaking news for you from Tigray. Panic in Tigray. Is there going to be a coup in Tigray? Could there be a civil war? Rapidly evolving situation in Tigray. Tigray military commanders held a press briefing. What happened after that and what is going to happen in coming hours? Details for you in this video. What is military saying? What is Gita Choreda saying? Where is Sad Khan? Where are Gita Choreda's youth supporters? Could there be a collision between Getachew youths and military? What is happening? Firstly, viewers, Tigray military held a press briefing today. Colonel Gabre read a statement. A resolution was put to vote, and participating military commanders who were there, they raised their hands to support the resolution, the statement. Senior military commanders attended this gathering. General Johannes and several others were seen, senior level commanders. Before the press briefing, Tigray military met for 3 days. For 3 days, military held extensive discussions about the political stalemate in Tigray. By the way, this stalemate cannot go on. It should end because this stalemate is becoming a source of suffering for the people of Tigray. So there must be a solution. The politicians, Getachew and Debretsion, have taken extreme positions. Negotiations, mediation failed. It means third party will have to make a decision, either federal government or the Tigray Security Force. And since Tigray Security Force is the main party in Tigray, it made a decision today. The statement which was issued by TDF today is very critical of Gita Choreda's Tigray interim government. Military says that Tigray interim administration failed to fulfill its mandate. Its mandate was the implementation of Pretoria deal. Implementation of Pretoria means return of IDPs, restoration of Tigray's territories. The interim administration failed, it could not implement Pretoria. Rather, the administration prioritized reforms without having a clear roadmap for reforms. It should have implemented Pretoria, instead, it tried to introduce reforms. Which reforms? I think military here is talking about Gita Choreda's attempts to introduce, to form Tigray Advisory Council, to take the place of Tigray Regional Assembly. Discussions underway, and it was going to be announced soon. TPLF boycotted to participate in the Advisory Council. The Advisory Council is the brainchild of Sad Khan, and before that, youths were mobilized. Youth Association was established in Tigray. And we know that district administrations are also being established by interim government. So interim government should have just worked on return of IDPs and return of Tigray territories. It did not. The military says it worked against the interests of Tigray. This is alarming. The military is clearly taking a side now, accusing Gita Choreda of working against the interests of the people of Tigray. The interim government betrayed the interests of Tigray. This is what is mentioned in the statement issued by the Tigray military. Thirdly, the military says that foreign interference in Tigray is unacceptable. Some outsider enemies are using Tigray interim administration. Clearly, military saying that Gita is backed, supported by Addis Ababa, by PMRB, without naming PMRB Prosperity Party Addis Ababa. What should happen? Military says, yes, there is need for interim government. There must be an interim government in Tigray, but interim government should only fulfill the task which it was assigned. That is implementation of Pretoria, return of IDPs, return of Tigray's territories. Military has announced to withdraw its representatives in the Tigray interim government. Tigray generals are part of interim government. 3 are there, I think. Military says that it will appoint new representatives to be part of the interim government. It means military wants new setup to be established in Tigray. The setup should be dissolved, new setup should be introduced, and then military will introduce, it will appoint new representatives of military in the Tigray interim government. DDR. Military in today's statement opposed DDR. A few days ago, Varade was defending DDR. TPLF Debrecen has been opposing DDR from day one. Getachew are defending DDR. Varade defending DDR. Now TDF says that until the issue of IDPs is solved, until the issue of IDPs, the issue of Tigray's territories should be solved first. After that, DDR can start. Before the resolution to these issues, start of DDR could be a threat to the security of Tigray. Was Varade sleeping when he agreed with the federal government to start DDR? Was military sleeping? It started around 2 months ago, I think, over a month ago. No one spoke that. Military backed DDR. Now military is saying it opposes the ongoing DDR. This is what the Debrecen group said. So what is going to happen now? First, there's panic in Tigray. People are withdrawing cash, buying supplies. Why? Because there's threat of collision. 2 types of collisions could happen. Military versus Getachew supporters. Already, Getachew people have launched a social media campaign asking their youth supporters to rally, to stand behind Getachew. Afghan is there too, main supporter of Getachew. Social media campaign has begun. Secondly, federal government could be involved. What military said today is the announcement of a coup against Getachew. Military has taken a clear stance today. It stands with the Debrecen group. It wants to dismantle Getachew government. It wants to establish new government in Tigray, and the new government should only work on issues like IDP's return and the restoration of Tigray territories, holding of election. No more than this. No political reforms, no advisory council, no other associations. Military is not going to allow Getachew government to survive now. Military extremely powerful. Top generals, senior commanders supporting TPLF. Getachew government paralyzed. I said that months ago that Getachew was losing ground rapidly in Tigray. His government paralyzed. He has no government order. He has no influence, no authority in northwestern Tigray, in parts of central Tigray, in parts of northern Tigray as well. So a government which is paralyzed cannot deliver. 2 mayors in Makale, 2 mayors in Edigarat. This situation cannot go on. The launch of IDPs was planned. I said that, if you remember, I said that the protests by IDPs are being backed by TPLF. TPLF wants to achieve political objectives through these protests. This is what is happening now. IDPs were launched in Mekelle a few days ago. They protested there, and today they protested in different parts of Tigray. Major rallies, big protests, hundreds participated. Sure, Adwa, Adegarat, Shararo. Why? IDPs are being launched against interim government. They're being told that the interim government is responsible for the failure of the return of IDPs. Now, what is the reality? When we say Tigray interim government has failed, well, firstly, I think Getachew made some blunders. I think he thought that he could go on like Abiy, that without election he could go on and he could divide TPLF, he could take over TPLF. He made a blunder, firstly. And secondly, why is Tigray interim government being accused of non-implementation of Pretoria? Where is the military? Military is the key part of interim government. It means it's the failure of military as well. If interim government failed, military failed as well because military was part of interim government. So military is trying to shift all the blame on Getachew group. Why? Because it wants to remove Getachew. It wants to bring the Bratskian group in power. How will federal government respond? It's a very sensitive issue. Federal government is asking TPLF to hold a Congress by the 10th of February. TPLF refusing. If Congress is not organized by TPLF, if Getachew is forcibly removed from power, if military supports the Bratskian and he takes over, what will federal government do? Will it let the region be destabilized? Will it march towards Mekelle? Will it put pressure upon Tigray by denying budget, etc.? A lot will happen in coming days. It seems that military will try to remove Getachew peacefully. Getachew paralyzed, he knows he has no space in Tigray now. Military would like to remove him peacefully. Will he go peacefully or will he fight? This is the question. Let's see. Thank you for watching.